Okay. Oh, I am laying in the grass, in the woods. Just made these errands from beautiful bird blue jays. Yeah, I just wanted to make this video, and I have no idea what's gonna happen. I don't have a reason to record. I just wanted to record and share for me. And I never really know what's gonna come out. But usually it's eventful, and usually I gain clarity and momentum through doing this. I've been smoking a lot of weed. I've been doing a lot of hape, or sitting with a lot of hape. It's been a wild summer. I'm navigating the mind matrix as I anchor more presence into my being, more presence into the now, more presence into just loving compassion and awareness for all beings. And by cultivating that with myself first, and having grace with myself in all of the areas that I am still caught. And it's beautiful. And in the past, I have been very hard on myself for not being where I thought I needed to be, or not being as spiritually developed as I would have liked myself to be. Yeah, so there's been like a lot of patterns of me being like hard with myself, and forcing so much force. Anyway, I've been listening to a lot of Ram Dass, blessed be Ram Dass, and he's just been transforming my life in many beautiful ways, or holding a field of clarity for me to align myself to deeper truth within my own being. Anyway, with that, it also brought a lot of panic, I guess, to my world. I don't know the right word. Listening to a lot of Ram Dass, and I did 3 plant medicine ceremonies back to back. I really integrated the concept. I really just integrated the knowing within my being that we are one, that we're one being, that we're one source, that we're one soul, that we're God, and we're not separate, and that we're here in form, and we're playing out these cosmic roles as channels for the divine, and we've been here a while. Playing out these roles. Anyway, in the realization of these roles and reincarnation and all of that, and as this is integrating into my consciousness, and my being is remembering on a greater level than it's ever remembered before, I first moved into hopelessness because I was like, well, what the fuck's the point? It's all one. None of this is real. And this is a dream. And I'm not this body, and I'm not this mind, and I'm not even my personality. I'm not any of this. I am just experiencing the divine work that is happening through this body, this temple. Yeah. So with that came a lot of hopelessness of like, what the fuck's the point? I created all of these stories with all of these people in my life. I created all of these dramas and all of this karma. And with all of these people that have come onto my path, I have created this identity for them to perceive and receive the presence of God through this being. Yeah, so then I've just been deeply observing the connections I've made and all of the stuff I've created that I thought I was, but realized I wasn't. Yeah, it brought me really into a place of not knowing. The knowing brought me into a deeper place of not knowing, which brought up so much, it brought up a lot. Anyway, so now I've just been in this process of like deeply observing my mind and my thoughts, and it's been, I could say it's been more active than it's ever been my whole life, but I'm really actually presently there, aware of it, moment by moment, all day and all night in my dreams. Yeah, it doesn't stop. It's just going and going and going and going and going and going. And I realize that it's creating my dreams too. And that the physical world and the dream world are they're the same thing. It's all dream. It's all Maya. It's all manifesting as we speak, as we think, as we perceive. Anyway, so then that greater level of clarity came in, which really had me like, oh shit, I'm creating it all. It's all a dream. None of it's real. And my mind has been programmed and conditioned in so many ways that it's running rampant, creating all of this drama and all of this karma and playing out all of these roles with all of these people. Interesting. Very interesting. So now I've been looking at Immortal Life and the Guru and the Ascended Masters, which I've already been working with, but it's landing on a different level now, of it not being outside of me and it being me being I am. So now I'm doing this dance of being aware of the being, the guru, whatever you want to call it, the divine God within. And it's there, present, always, in all ways. And then there's this character that's narrating every moment of my life, that thinks it's a person, that thinks it's the thoughts, that thinks. So I'm aware of this alternate experience within me that I thought I was. So now I'm aware of two alternate lives being lived through me. But it's like the I am and then the conditioned programmed self of who I thought I was. And it's like the whole time, whatever, not that it's bigger or smaller, it's all the same thing. The whole time I thought I was this, and I was like, oh my god, this is who I am, and this was playing out, and this was playing out, but it's like the whole time I was behind it, just being aware of this. But this was always the truth of me in wholeness, always there. It's always there. It's there. It's firm. It's just there. Aware of this. But my dilemma was I thought I was this, this, but I'm really, 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 really integrating and realizing I'm not this. This is a part of me, and this is a manifestation. This is a manifestation from this, of this. It's a piece. However, I'm not this. This being the character, this being the role, this being the mind, the personality, the body, the emotions, the love and not love, the good and the bad, and the feeling happy and feeling sad, all of that, it's not me. And for the first time in my life, I realized that I'm not happiness, I'm not sadness, I'm not anger, I'm not anger, I'm not my mind, I'm not my thoughts, I'm not my personality, even though I find it nice. I think I'm a nice person. But again, I'm thinking that. So then my whole identity becomes being a nice person. And I go through my whole life thinking I'm a nice person. But the whole time I'm not a person and I'm not nice. Because that is something I thought up. I created it. I pretended it into existence. And now I'm playing this role of being a nice guy. But I'm not a nice guy. I'm not even a guy. I'm not a human. I'm spirit. I'm God. But all of this is nice. So that's where I've been really deeply sitting with, is like, I went through the hopelessness and like, holy fuck, get it all gone. And just wanted to be there, like in that state of like, boom, this is all I am, get rid of the bark. Bung. But the harder I pushed against the bark to get it away, the stronger it became. And this has all been happening recently, by the way. The stronger it became. So then I was really standing in this. I really got in this. Okay, let me go back a little bit. I really got into this. And I was like, like, yes. And then a lot of drama showed up in my reality, and I really went into that again. And then I came out of that, and it just broke again, and it got smaller. And I went back into this, but then I was trying to push this away and reject it. Anyway, which was not being helpful. So then I have willingly been inviting the piece of bark. I've been inviting the shit, aka, enough with the stick and the bark. I've been inviting the shit of my life. I've been inviting my drama. I've been inviting my karma. I've been inviting all of it from the presence of my being. So now that I understand my being, now that I have made contact with that eternal, immortal, omnipresent place within myself that is the truth of it all, I get to practice being in that seat of awareness and inviting life, and inviting the character, and inviting the personality, and inviting the drama, and inviting the emotions and all of the things, inviting them forward. Because that's life. So now I'm learning through the things I was rejecting, but now I'm inviting them from the presence of my being. And the more and more I invite it, the louder and louder it gets. So on one level, I'm like, holy shit. I'm going backwards. This method I'm using is making everything louder. And then the deeper part of me, which is present with it, is just becoming more and more aware of it. So now I'm recognizing it's all becoming unconscious. I was unconsciously emotional. I was unconsciously loving you. I was unconsciously angry. I was unconsciously happy. I was unconsciously personality, whatever it is. I was unconsciously thinking. But now I'm aware of the millions of thoughts that are being thought every moment. And it's not just one thought is what I'm becoming aware of, is my mind is thinking multitudes of alternate thoughts simultaneously at the same time. My mind is experiencing multitudes of realities simultaneously at the same time. My mind is here, and it is in the past, and it is in the future, and it is in... It's all over. It's all now. But my mind is all over. Anyway, I really don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just talking because I've been moving through a whole new level of whatever, and I honestly didn't think I would ever be here. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was sad and depressed and didn't care to live anymore. And I wanted to feel happiness. And I didn't want to feel sad and depressed anymore. So I started meditating and reflecting on my thoughts and mindfulness and all that stuff. So I could experience more happiness and release the chains and bricks of depression that just had me. Anyway, I never thought I would be here. I never thought I'd be doing the things I'd be doing. I never thought I would be living the life that I'm living. And I never thought this would be the thing I'm sitting here talking about. But here I am. Anyway. It makes sense that I'm here. But I never perceived this for myself. And I didn't really know what spirituality was. And I didn't really know what I was. I didn't know what I was doing. I mean, I still don't know what I'm fucking doing. I randomly started meditating one day. I randomly started reading books one day. I randomly started listening to random videos one day. I randomly started doing Reiki training and sound healing training. I randomly started plant medicine ceremonies. I randomly started looking into shamanism. I randomly started looking into Hinduism. I randomly started looking into all these different forms and methods of awakening. I randomly started not working anymore and living nomadically and living out of a bag and walking the earth and just completely being surrendered to my inner being and moment by moment taking those steps and being where I'm called, and that's it. Just going where I'm called moment by moment. And then again and again and again, I keep going deeper and deeper and deeper within myself without even trying. I'm not doing anything. Nothing's happening. There's just a deeper level of knowing emerging from the depths of my being. I know why, and at the same time, I don't know why. What I thought I was walking on this path for isn't it at all. I mean, it started, I wanted to be happy. And then it turned into, it's going to be a business. Then it turned into, let me look on social media at all these people who are running spiritual businesses. And then it turned into me being on my phone all the time. And then it turned into me trying to gain through my own purification, money and recognition and a business. And then it turned into me realizing it was never about that to begin with. And now it's turned into complete surrender into my own internal source, into my own being, where I don't care. I'm just here. I'm just existing moment by moment, being aware of what's passing through me. And one moment I say one thing, and the next moment I'm doing the thing I said I wasn't going to do. Because I say, I'm not doing that, that's bad. And then the truth of my being says, I am that. So then I go, okay, let me experience that. Because if I'm pushing it away, that's not it. So I really don't know. And that's the thing, is I say one thing and the next minute the truth of my being changes. I don't know where I'm going. I don't know what I'm doing. And I feel so good in knowing that I don't fucking know. And I don't need to fucking know, because the mind will never know. I'm just here. I'm walking my path. I'm doing my thing. And I'm purifying my own being. Whatever step I have to take, I take it. Because what else am I going to do? If I realize I can't have anything, if I realize I can't own anything, if I realize I can't achieve anything, if I realize all of that isn't real, if I realize the whole third dimensional world is an illusion, that fame, that recognition, that money, that success, that having houses and cars and traveling and all of that is just lust for life, needing to feel seen, needing to feel accomplished, needing to feel like I did it. I did life. I lived it to the fullest. Now that I realize that, quote unquote, living life to the fullest and having all that stuff is just coming from a fear of missing out or not being enough or not having enough, and that the whole time I was here in this beautiful realm, I was caught in the third dimensional world, gaining, having, achieving, doing, but I missed the point. And I didn't be. I wasn't present in my beingness. I wasn't present in the beingness of everybody around me. I couldn't show up in the truth of love, unconditional love, because I had conditions put upon it. Because I wanted to achieve things. I had personal agenda, and I had fears, and I had desires, and all of these things, and it's okay. That's what I'm playing with right now, is it is okay. There are many things I wish to not be doing anymore, but I am still doing them. Because it hasn't run itself out yet. It's not done. It's like when I don't have like an example in my brain, but I'm seeing like just an unraveling. It's an unraveling. It's not done unraveling. There it is. It's right there. It's not done unraveling yet. So like Santa Maria, for example, Lady Ganja, Made, Santa Maria. I've been sitting with it a lot. The past like 3 weeks. But I thought I was done with it. And 5 weeks. For a month, I didn't smoke. Maybe, no, a month, 2 months and a half, 2.5 months, I didn't smoke. And I was like, I'm done. I'm done smoking. It's not aligned anymore. But I wanted to be done smoking because that felt good. It felt like progress. And again, that was me being like, I was forcing something. I needed to feel accomplished in my life. I needed to feel like I was getting somewhere. Because in fact, I was feeling like I was behind. So then to overcompensate, I created this thing where weed is bad and I'm not doing it anymore. And then I was creating this whole identity around not smoking weed anymore. And in fact, when I smelled the smell of weed, I still wanted it. So then it's not done. And that's what I realized. It's not done. There is still something there in me reaching for it. And until that thing in me no longer reach for it, it is not done. So I create, in fact, that is my work. I create a healthy sustainability and boundaries around it and awareness around what is happening. It is an unraveling. Something is unraveling with the communion of this plant, and it is revealing a greater clarity within myself. Why am I grasping, longing, or needing a form outside of me to make me feel whole or complete? And until that clarity bursts through the communion of me sitting with Santa Maria, until the unraveling is done and the truth at the end, I am whole, is fully integrated, then I am not complete. And it would be silly of me to push it away, to create stories of separation and duality, of right and wrong, and avoid my own clarity, my own unraveling, my own work, what's in front of me now. And more I'm realizing how simple it really is, that the answer is always right in front of us. Someone pissing you off, that's your work. Do you think someone's evil? That's your work. Whatever it is you're having attachment reactivity to, whatever pulls you out of your center, whatever riles you up, whatever invokes or revokes you, is your work. Because whatever part of you is sticky is keeping you here on earth. That's what I realize. Everything inside of me that's sticky, that's my karma, that's my bondage. If there is that person, and there has been many people in my life who have done things, said things, and acted in certain ways that I was like, oh, fuck them. Oh, they're this, they're that, they're dark, they're a witch, they're this, and especially in spirituality, you know? It's the most optimal field for me to work through my karma because there's so much variety and polarity. Remembering that none of it's real, there's so much variety and polarity that we truly get to receive all the reflections of our fractal lineage, of our wounding, of our conditioning, of our attachments, of our programming, our bondage, our attachments. If someone has money and you're triggered by them having money or you not having money, whatever it is, so literally just look at your life. And that's the greatest medicine, and this is the greatest practice. Awareness. We don't need the plans. They're wonderful. It is a communion. It is a communion. We do not need the plans. We love the plants. They're here to assist us. They're here to work with us. They are also us. They are also form. And we can't get from point A to point B through form. We can't use form to get to that place outside of form. We have to go within to that place within ourselves where we are all things. And that is the only way we can get from point A to point B. Through the door of our own being. Through the Christ within. Not through the plants, not through any of the external stuff, not through another being. When we make that contact with that being within ourselves, with the awareness of God, Goddess, Christ within, whatever you want to call it, Guru, Angel, but angel is another form, Guru, God, Source, Creator, Brahma. I don't know any more names. There's many names. There's many names. When we make that contact within ourselves, all we have to do is create every single day that contact. Make sure it's intact when you start your day and when you end your day. Make sure the contact is intact. Okay, I wake up, let me create that contact with my eternal self, with awareness. Whatever you do, whatever practice you create for yourself, not practices based on what other people are telling you is the way to get there. Only you know the way to your own being. Because it's you. Only you know your own presence. So create a practice in merging with your own presence every morning. And once you make that contact, enjoy it. Be in it. Be in your being. And just revel, breathe, just be in that presence and feel your own frequency, feel your own being and feel your own love and feel creation moving through you and just feel good. It feels good. It's not I am feeling good or you feeling good. It's just good feeling. Good feeling to be in that place. Good feeling to be here. I feel good to be here. It feels good. Once you get that good feeling state, the state of your being, truth of your being, you just keep that focus throughout your day. And anything that pulls you out of that state is your work. Anything, and you just observe it. You lose yourself into someone pisses you off, triggers you. Whatever it is, something that's creating reactivity that's pulling you out of that feeling good. Because we should just be feeling good. Throughout it all. Doesn't matter what happens. So anything that pulls us out of that feeling good is our work. So then it's just easy. Our work is always there. We don't have to look for it. We don't have to pay people money for it. That's silly. Because it's always there. It's the thing you're avoiding. Why am I stuck? Look. Listen. Observe be aware of yourself. One day, try it. Become aware in the morning. Allow yourself to live your whole day. Don't stop yourself. Live your whole day as you would. As you normally would. So have the conversations you normally would. Tell the stories you would normally tell. Talk to the people you would normally tell. Hate the people you would normally hate. Resist the things you would normally resist. And then at the end of the day, go back into that state of presence and realize how everything between those two states of presence, of truth here, truth there, everything experienced in between those two, that morning practice of feeling good to the night practice of feeling good, of being in my being, of being in the being, everything in between was what you get to work with. And every day is an opportunity to bring greater awareness to the space in between point A and point B. Morning meditation and night meditation. Morning awareness and night awareness. And let yourself become a completely unconscious in between if you have to. And every time these two come a little closer until they merge as one, and there is no gap. There is no space of unconscious awareness, because you've become aware of it all and you've released yourself from it. You did your work. You did your duty. You showed up to what has always been in front of you the whole time. We don't have to look anywhere outside of ourselves. The people we meet, the situations we have, person cuts us off on the highway, restaurant, whatever it is, life is creating moment by moment for us. Everything is there for us in that moment. If you can really comprehend that and you can really show up moment by moment to your life with complete devotion and presence. And even if you say, I'm vegan, but the truth of your being is saying you need to eat that meat because there is still something inside of you that's attached, or there's a story inside of you that meat is bad, then eat that fucking meat. To dissolve that story so you don't have to reincarnate again. And more I realize it's just that easy. And we can do it all in this lifetime. If every day just becomes that practice of bringing the two together into the one and closing the gap of unconscious living into presence, where every day now is just you are purely present and there is no more shit to work through. There is nothing else to work through because you're no longer unconsciously living. You are a conscious being. And when you're conscious, you are aware that you are God. You are light. You are holy. You are healed. You are whole. You are present. You are eternal. You are immortal. You are that which cannot be named. But we come into this realm to create this space in between. The one merges into the two and creates this field in between for us to relive again and 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 again. And every time the two becomes closer back into the one. And then when we bring the two back into the one, now we know. And then we're free. We are conscious. Light and being, enlightened being, 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 light in being, enlightened being, light in being. I am living light. In my being, I am an enlightened being. Light in being, the light inside this being is the enlightened being. Light and being, enlightened being. So when I become aware that I am the light in the being, I become aware that I am an enlightened being. And anything that pulls me out of that state of light and being, enlightened being, light and being, enlightened being, light and being, enlightened being, light and being, enlightened being. Anything that pulls me out of that, I get to work with. And that's it. That's it. And it doesn't have to be dramatic, and we don't have to be hard on ourselves, and we don't have to be hard on others, and there is no right and wrong, and we don't have to worry about the darkness of others and all of that. That is a complete distraction. Ego projection. It's not it. In fact, that's what you get to look at. Why am I avoiding light and being and light and being? It doesn't have to be hard, and we don't have to be hard on ourselves. And that's what I realized. I've been so incredibly hard on myself and others, but it's just a reflection. So worried about being stepping out of alignment, of being dense, of being dark, all of these things. It's all fear of separation. When you realize light and being and light and being, light and being and light and being, light and being and light and being, you can release that whole lower dimensional reality that had you distracted from showing up to your work, because it's like, okay, here's my work, but let me look at the millions of possibilities of why I can't show up to that work, because other people are dark, because this, because of that, because of scary, because of lack, because of whatever it is. Realize light in being, enlightened being. None of that lower dimensional stuff is real. It was all a distraction. Now that I realize I am the light in being, the enlightened being, I can become aware and show up to it all without pushing it away or pulling it towards me. And I can show up in light and being, loving awareness. Ah, okay, there's my work. That person, I have thoughts of that person being dark. Let me look at that. Interesting. Let it be. I don't need to go into it and create this whole thing and this whole story. I don't need to make them the bad guy, and I don't need to make me a bad guy. Because it's not me. I am holding space for this body, this karma, as the light and being, the enlightened being. But I'm not the karma. And I'm not the body. And I'm not the quote-unquote darkness. And I'm not the quote-unquote ancestral trauma. That is what I came here to hold space for. It is my devotion. It is my honor to be here and hold space for this suffering. It is my honor to be here and hold space for this confusion, for this hatred, for whatever is rising up through this vessel. It's not me. It is the divine blessing that I get to be here for this great work and show up for it and feel it and be aware of it. And release my own identification to it and set it free and set myself free from it. We are not it, and it is not us. It is an experience. It is energy moving through us. It is an awakening, a blooming, a revealing of consciousness. We do not need to be afraid.